NCIS has been airing since 2003, and it has won the hearts of millions around the world, especially in the United States. But now it seems that the hit TV show is finally making its way to Australia. It will have its own version set in Sydney, but are the Aussies ready for it? Here are all the deets we know so far. This will be the first installment outside of the US. Australia will become the first country outside the US to make a local series of the long-running police investigative drama NCIS. The cast of NCIS Sydney has yet to be announced, but Paramount Plus and Network 10 have promised the show will feature Australian stories and talent. The executive producer of the original CBS drama and the creator of the spin-off NCIS Los Angeles, Shane Brennan, will be involved in the project. So that means we can hope that everything will go really well, right? The series is expected to debut globally in 2023. It's the first international spin-off of the show, with other versions set in New Orleans and Hawaii. Trust us, this is pretty huge. Something new for the Aussies. First things first, it's not the gritty show with Mariska Hargitay as Olivia Benson and the dun-dun sound in the introduction theme. That's SVU, which obviously is the best of the letter-led TV crime dramas, even though most of its storylines involve horrifyingly depressing sex crimes that have been ripped from real-life headlines. NCIS is also not like CSI, the forensics franchise featuring wacky lead turns from the likes of Ted Danson, David Caruso, Gary Sinise, Elizabeth Shue, and Patricia Arquette, and whose theme song is the worst song by The Who. You can differentiate CSI from the others by its green graphics aesthetics, a sort of 90s computer code, and by its endless character dialogue about blood splatters. Even though CSI still broadcasts on free-to-air about 15 times a day, it apparently aired its finale in 2015 after 15 seasons, which is news to us. Its most recent spin-off, set in Las Vegas, was launched last October. Somehow in the US, NCIS was the most-watched series on television last year, and has continued that run during its current 19th season, which highlights the stakes involved with this unlikely Aussie spin-off. In a statement on Wednesday, Brennan called the announcement a massive vote of confidence in the industry, and lauded the opportunity for local writers, directors, and actors to showcase their talent producing an Australian version of a franchise that is recognized around the world. Next, the creators are excited. It's not often that you see shows from the US make it all the way to Australia, so the creators and producers are all ready and excited. They feel that it is such a privilege to be able to continue the legacy of such a wonderful show and incorporate the superior NCIS storytelling while introducing new Australian characters and locations. ViacomCBS boss George Cheek said in a statement, "These two projects represent two new ways we are expanding our studio footprint while supporting the company's mission to drive streaming." He said that they have the producing roster, production infrastructure, and deep library to be creative and nimble with franchises and other IP for both domestic and international audiences. But fans are wondering if the cast will be different, or will they have the same characters on the show? Some are hoping that's not the case because they believe that will ruin the culture and significance of shooting the show in another country. Since spin-offs are supposed to be different, following a similar story, they're hoping the creators don't make the same mistakes. Others are hoping that they still keep the important themes of the show and don't change anything about it. They're worried that the Sydney spin-off will be completely different, with poor casting and no original references. Some fans argued that while the show might be different, the creators aren't stupid enough to change everything that has made the show a fan favorite. They said there's a reason it has been running for so long, and the creators are well aware of this. Well, what do you think? Do you think that the show will be completely different, or will it be similar? So, is there a release date? Yes, sort of. It's been confirmed that NCIS Sydney will debut globally sometime in 2023, although we can't be more specific than that at this time. It'll probably be released in the middle of the year, but none of the producers have confirmed anything. The series will be available to watch on Paramount Plus Australia, as well as broadcaster Network 10. It will most likely air on CBS, the home of the other NCIS shows in the US. Production is due to kick off later this year, and when it does, we'll be sure to share viewers with all the latest developments. Now, in other related news, NCIS Hawaii surprises fans with Gibbs reference in the latest episode. NCIS Hawaii gave fans a major NCIS Easter egg in its latest episode by referencing none other than Leroy Jethro Gibbs himself. Yep, in Spies Part 2, which aired last night, we learn a bit about Jane Tennant's past and how Gibbs factors into her career. In one flashback moment, we learn that Maggie Shaw, who originally recruited Jane, is being moved to the Middle East, leaving Jane behind. But before she heads off, she hands her mentee a business card for Gibbs, asking her if she remembers the agent who worked with her in Kabul. Jane replies, with the Marine haircut and that snarky sidekick, to which Maggie reveals that she made quite an impression on him. The latter goes on to reveal that Gibbs tried to steal Jane away from her and suggested she forward his details to Jane. The back of the card reads, "Rule 72, always be open to new ideas," which leaves Jane puzzled, though Maggie assures her that he is a good person and he can get her set up at FLETC. Fans were understandably delighted by the crossover, which itself comes ahead of the planned crossover event for NCIS and the Hawaii spin-off. Next, former NCIS star Polly Perez Purett looks unrecognizable after wild hair transformation. Fans of NCIS will remember former chief forensic scientist Abby Ciuto, played by Polly Purett, for her gothic style and jet black hair. But 3 years after leaving the hit show, Polly has distanced herself even further from her character by undergoing a dramatic hair transformation and ditching her trademark hue completely. The 52-year-old surprised her fans last year by unveiling her new rainbow do, and we still can't get over it. She shared her DIY dye project on Twitter, revealing an assortment of shades including yellow, red, orange, purple, and green. Sharing several snaps of her new do, Polly seemed pretty pleased with her efforts, captioning the images, "I'm a rainbow, #rainbow, #my hair, #DIY." Her followers loved her new look and were quick to rave about her bold choice in the comments. Last year was a tough one for the former actress, who revealed in January 2021 that her father Paul had sadly passed away following a battle with COVID-19. In November, Polly paid tribute to those who have lost their lives, including her father. Marking All Saints' Day on November 8th, Polly shared a somber photo of herself in a church surrounded by candles. And finally, NCIS delights fans with a major update on Season 20. Well, we've got some good news for fans of NCIS. We finally know when the drama will return to our screens. It's been announced that the 20th season of the much-loved CBS show will begin airing on the 19th of September 2022. Its sister show, NCIS Hawaii, will also premiere its second season on the same day, while NCIS Los Angeles is set to return for its 14th season on 9th October. The official Twitter account announced the show's return, and fans were naturally delighted and wasted no time in flooding the comments section to say so. But some fans couldn't help but take the opportunity to question whether former lead star Mark Harmon will be making a comeback in the new episodes after being absent for much of the show's 19th season. They're hoping that Gibbs makes a comeback in Season 20. With NCIS Hawaii making a reference to the character, fans are hopeful that they will get to see their favorite character back in action one more time. As viewers will know, back at the beginning of Season 19, the actor ended his 18-year run on the show with his character deciding to retire from law enforcement. Following his exit, Gary Cole was introduced as former FBI agent Alden Parker, who took over the reins as the special agent in charge of the team. He is set to return alongside the likes of Wilmer Valderrama, Katrina Law, Brian Dietzen, Sean Murray, and more. At the time, showrunner Steve Binder released a statement that heavily suggested Gibbs was not gone for good. He said that not only does Mark continue to be an integral part of the fabric of the show due to his off-screen role as an executive producer, but that viewers should never count Leroy Jethro Gibbs out. And that's a wrap for this video. What do you guys think of this Sydney spinoff? Do you think it will be a success? Leave a comment below and let us know what you think. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.